Yeah. What up, what up, what up? You already know who it is. It's your brethren, your brother. Stacks with the facts. 1-6 of E&E. Here we is. The prelude. Palmers and Leaves, Volume 3. It's the last installation, the last chapter. E&E to the death. E&E every day, all day. No days off. You know how we do it. Us me, Stacks with the facts. We got Narcissus the Sick, Glitch the Guarantee, Rain Man, King Els, John Boy. You know we got Tox Beats on the track. We representing that 614 to the fullest. You understand what I'm talking about, man? Tap in and walk with us, man. Palmers and Leaves, Volume 3, man. My man G Cook had to take a vacation, so I had to come and do what he do. You know what I'm talking about? Tap in and walk with us, like I said, man. 2024, we taking over. Tap in and walk with us. You did?
I'm strategized in, I'm specialized in, killing rappers, families, harmonized in. Hey, bring them guys in, we enterprise in. Butcher Boys is up, so is the price in. When I'm right in, hear thunder and lightning. Legally I'm sick, I can get that all in writing. Lyrically, I got a fever and it's rising. These bars you can throw in the pan, start frying. Synchronized swimming on tracks without diving. Shorty wanna get on this ladder, start climbing. Whole house party, lit shit backfire. So much gas and smoke with a campfire. Said they want the fire and flames, use a lighter. Man, y'all don't even match. Where's the lighter? A leaf with a drink on the beach when I retire. Dropping these jewels so long it's sapphire. Flow like mixing Jamaican and hot chili. $1 million worth of game, Wallow and Gilly. Not a laughing matter at all about my Benji. Then the damn joke's on you. You acting silly. I met a few that can compete, but not many. The rest just acting as shit. Here's your Emmy. Yeah, another Tox beat miracle. Please stop writing these raps. It's not lyrical.
Butcher Boys, nigga, let's get it poppin'. And we can get it on, niggas. Let's get it rockin'. You see what we've been doing, niggas? Show stop it. Now we want it all, niggas. It's not an option.
Deadly weapon, niggas, look at your coffins. Sick has the clinic, niggas, accepting walk-ins. Beats like a ratchet jig, it's all toxic. And if we not talking money, we off topic.
Glitch, nigga. Third time's the charm, so was the first and second. When it come to these bars, I'm like a deadly weapon. Learn young, you only get one shot at first impression. Grin on my face, illuminating my effervescence. I talk different to niggas, they don't understand it. Get them all in their feelings, exactly how I planned it. The shit I got in this blunt, nigga, god damn it, how I feel about my flow. This shit is outstanding. Next stage in life is get it. Keep your paper tight. Now they all telling me numbers like the price is right. Get it? Beef and broccoli, my Tim's, this Cuban on me nice. I got an ego the same size as Kelly Price. Expert nigga with bars. I'm the prototype. Backyard brawl in the booth. On beats, I'm Kimbo Slice. Flew trees all over the country. Did it more than twice. Shit'll make your whole chest burn like McDonald's Sprite. Sick, we better than niggas. Let me be polite. Fuck that. We burning these niggas. Get the dynamite. Lyrical savage. Ain't never did nothing average. Acrobatic with the flick. They shady like Marshall Mathers. I'm here to bring you niggas the news. Dan rather. You never fully reach your potential. Hate gathers. When this verse is done, I'm hitting the bank after. Renovating the game. Call us the contract. Butcher Boys, Glitch. Let's get it poppin'.
There you have it, man. Palmers and Leaves, Volume 3. Narcissus the Sick, Glitch the Guarantee. 2-6 of E&E. Get in. Tap in and walk with us. Man, listen here, man. Hey, man, all you niggas listening to this album, man, listening to this fire-ass mixtape, man. Hey, man, you the best, man. And who better to bring you this last installation of this album? Got the beginning in the ending. You hear me to the ninth inning. Get in.
You did. Yeah. XL Pro, what's happening, bro? Yeah. What up? You already know what it is, man. It's your brethren, your brother, man. Virgil Berry, a.k.a. Stats with the Facts, and it's Monday night, and we here. Right? Shout out to my brothers, Glitch the Guarantee, my brother Narcissus the Sick. You feel me? Butcher Boys Volume 3. Go get it right now. It's on YouTube right now. You did? Yeah, what's good with everybody, man? How y'all doing this evening? I'm doing good myself. Like I say all the time, man, we all woke up earlier today, whatever time we did, and we've been awake ever since. So it's a beautiful thing, man. We already got the victory and the glory, Jack. You did? Shout out to all the real ones, man. You know? Shout out to all the real ones, man. You know? What's good with everybody? How y'all doing today? Yeah, man. Last night, you know what I'm saying, I just was chilling, man. Relaxing. You know what I'm saying? Taking care of some things. You know, every now and again, you got to unplug, y'all. Understand that. You got to unplug from the matrix every now and again, man. You know what I mean? You don't want to become too consumed. Even as content creators, we still want to monitor, right, our interaction and engagement with the unintelligent artificial intelligence. And being a independent content creator, actual content creator, Chaos Rain was good, boy. Actual content creator, you know, we interact with the unintelligent artificial intelligence more often than most people do, right? In different ways too. So, you know, every now and again, I would suggest that y'all unplug, man. My fellow content creators out there, man, unplug for a day or two, man. You know, just don't do any content whatsoever. Relax, go read a book, do some laundry, go do something else. You know what I mean? You don't want to become consumed by the unintelligent artificial intelligence, mate. You know? But here we is tonight, and we're having this conversation. I think this is very important. This is a very, very sensitive situation right here. And you know, I'm the one to tell y'all to box cleverly with your language. You know, and I make sure I do that myself. But with this topic right here, man, you know, I don't know if y'all are aware of it, but about almost a week ago, about 5-6 days ago, there was a Senate hearing committee, right? Or should I say Senate committee hearing with the 5 big tech companies: Discord, TikTok, Facebook, X, right? Discord, she's repping Twitter, he's repping TikTok. This is Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, Zuckerberg, and who's this guy right here, man? Man, what's his website that he run, man? Oh man, I can't even think of it, man. It's escaping me right now. Snapchat. That's the guy's name, man. Well, that's the name of it. Snapchat. Yep. Even Spiegel. Or should I say Evan Spiegel? Right? Right. Now, how many of y'all are aware of this?
Power on. Bluetooth.
Right?
Bluetooth connected.
I don't think we're going to need this for real. I don't think about it. Because I think I'm able to show this type of content. I think I could show like Senate hearing committees and stuff like that. Right? How many of y'all hit to this? Are y'all aware of this? They was laying into him, man. Especially Zuckerberg and Spiegel here. And homeboy, the CEO of TikTok. Right? Now, let's see, yeah, man. We're gonna have to box cleverly, man. Oh, now all the news sites got it now. So yeah. Yeah, we're gonna have to box cleverly tonight, y'all. We're gonna have to box cleverly tonight. Right? You know, OG, what's happening, man?
Power on. Bluetooth.
Put a number 11 in the chat if you are aware of this. Right? Right? Hey, listen, y'all. They was tearing Zuckerberg's ass up. Pause, man. You hear me?
A blistering hearing on Capitol Hill today.
Yeah, that's right. Big tech CEOs, including Mark Zuckerberg, coming face-to-face with parents who say they lost their kids to social media.
Fox Eye's Linda Schmidt joins us now in studio with some of the key takeaways. And Linda, it got so heated, and then there's this bipartisan consensus that platforms are not doing everything they can to protect kids.
You nailed it right there. You know, first of all, it was cold outside today, but it was hot inside that hearing. The key takeaway from today is that social media CEOs, they believe that they are already doing everything they can to keep children safe. But on the other side are lawmakers who accuse the CEOs of not dealing with the dark side of their industry. And it led to some heated exchanges. Sitting in the front, parents holding up pictures of their children they say died as a result of social media. Rose Bronstein's son committed suicide after he was cyberbullied on Snapchat.
More and more children are dying each day. And if that's the case, then they're not doing enough.
The Senate Judiciary.
And they know that this stuff is going on, y'all. Don't make no mistake. All these companies know what's going on. If anybody knows the numbers, the analytics, they know. They don't even hire outside sources to do their studies and their field tests and all that. They do it themselves. So they're very much aware of how their products are affecting people, specifically children. Zuckerberg specifically and especially. Right? Now, I've been telling y'all that they coming for our kids. Flat out. I don't really care how anybody feels about that. It's true. And terribly easily provable. Right? Now, these are 5 of the big tech companies. You got Zuckerberg with Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. You got this chick representing Twitter or X. So she works for Elon. We got this guy, I can't remember his name off top, but he's the CEO of TikTok. We got this guy right here, Evan Spiegel, who's the CEO of Snapchat. And then we got this guy right here, I can't remember his name, but he's the CEO of Discord. Right? Now, on the surface, this may appear that the so-called government, right, is holding these people accountable, right? Now, mind y'all, the government does studies too. And the government is well aware of the effects of social engineering on specifically children for one reason and one reason only, because they developed the tech. Zuckerberg didn't invent the tech for Facebook. None of these people invented the tech for their platforms. The U.S. government did through their venture capital investment firm called In-Q-Tel. I done told y'all about In-Q-Tel plenty of times. In-Q-Tel is the CIA's investment venture capitalist division. Did y'all know that the CIA had a branch within it that is a venture capitalist investment department? And what they do at In-Q-Tel is they seed fund a lot of companies who are going to be using this tech. And here you have these guys up here, right? Let's go.
Committee grilling social media CEOs, accusing them of not doing enough to keep children safe on their platforms. It led to an intense exchange between Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg and Missouri Senator Josh Hawley.
37%.
Hey, I rock with Josh Hawley, man. I've been done my research into Josh Hawley, man. Let me pull Josh Hawley up on this screen, man. Josh Hawley tore his ass up, man. Pause. He did something similar to what I would have done, right? Except I would have done something way, way worse, right? That'll cut my mic off.
Committee grilling social media CEOs, accusing them of not doing enough to keep children safe on their platforms. It led to an intense exchange between Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg and Missouri Senator Josh Hawley.
37% of teenage girls between 13 and 15 were exposed to unwanted nudity in a week on Instagram. You knew about it. Who did you fire? Senator, this is why we're building all. Who did you fire?
So we're about to play that. Here's Josh Hawley. Do my research into Josh Hawley. All right. This is Josh Hawley. And I ain't gonna lie. Josh Hawley ripped Zuckerberg a new one. He definitely did, man. All right. Here we go.
Zuckerberg, let me start with you. Did I hear you say in your opening statement that there's no link between mental health and social media use?
Senator, what I said is I think it's important to look at the science. I know it's people widely talk about this as if that is something that's already been proven. And I think that the bulk of the scientific evidence does not support that.
Well, really, let me just remind you of some of the science from your own company. Instagram studied the effect of your platform on teenagers. Let me just read you some quotes from the Wall Street Journal's report on this. Company researchers found that Instagram is harmful for a sizable percentage of teenagers, most notably teenage girls. Here's a quote from your own study. Quote, "We make body image issues worse for 1 in 3 teen girls." Here's another quote. "Teens blamed Instagram," this is your study, "for increases in the rate of anxiety and depression. This reaction was unprompted and consistent across all groups."
Remember when I did the show on that about a year ago? Instagram is specifically creating content. The algorithms is specifically creating electrical pathways for certain content to be directed towards age groups of young girls, especially and specifically. And after the studies that they did showed that a specific group of young girls between the ages of 13 and 17, as a result of having constant interaction with Instagram, were having emotional and psychological issues on body imaging and the way they saw themselves, to the point where lots of them were mutilating themselves. Lots of them were going through depression. I think a couple of them young girls that sit up there and off themselves. They know this stuff is doing this stuff. You think Zuckerberg and all the rest of these people, you think they don't know what their technology is doing to people, specifically children? It's a slap in the face to think anything other than they do. They're very much aware. They're so aware that they do not hire outside sources to do studies on such things because they know what these outside sources would come up with. So what they do is they do their own studies and they issue these to the proper sources, and the proper sources use that as basically okay, that they're good. They basically take these companies' word for it. But see, in the real world, what we get to see is the end result of the technology and its effect on our children, in the effect of girls mutilating themselves, girls having body image issues, girls having depression issues, some young girls offing themselves, right? I mean, like I say, man, the smart grid is now here. And I want y'all to understand that. I want y'all to know that. Realize that. And all these people, these so-called politicians, Josh Hawley, who appeared to be grilling this guy, Zuckerberg, and he did, pause. I ain't gonna lie. He gave him the business, had Zuckerberg out there sweating and real uncomfortable, like how he's supposed to be. Let me tell y'all something, man. When it comes to these people, even the politicians, we ain't supposed to let them be cool. They're supposed to be up there sweating, nervous. They're supposed to be like that. Zuckerberg's supposed to be up there shaking in his goddamn boots, just like the rest of them. See, I'd have asked questions that none of these people would have asked. You hear me? But, you know, that's another topic for another day. All right, let's go.
Your study.
This is Senator Josh Hawley, right, out of Missouri. This is him grilling Mark Zuckerberg, CEO of Meta, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp. Let's go.
We try to understand the feedback and how people feel about the services. We can improve.
Wait a minute. Your own study says that you make life worse for 1 in 3 teenage girls. You increase anxiety and depression. That's what it says. And you're here testifying to us in public that there's no link. You've been doing this for years. For years, you've been coming in public and testifying under oath that there's absolutely no link. Your product is wonderful. The science is nascent. Full speed ahead, while internally you know full well your product is a disaster for teenagers.
Senator,
and yet you keep right on doing what you're doing. Right?
That's not true. That's not true.
Let me show you some other facts I know that you're familiar with. Wait a minute. That's not a question. That's not a question. Those are facts, Mr. Zuckerberg. That's not a question.
Those aren't facts.
Let me show you some more facts. Here's some information from a whistleblower who came before the Senate, testified under oath in public. He worked for you, the senior executive. Here's what he showed he found when he studied your products. So, for example, this is girls between the ages of 13 and 15 years old. 37% of them reported that they had been exposed to nudity on the platform unwanted in the last 7 days. 24% said that they had experienced unwanted sexual advances they'd been propositioned in the last 7 days. 17% said they had encountered self-harm content pushed at them in the last 7 days. Now, I know you're familiar with these stats.
Right. So, and this is where I got a lot of respect for Josh Hawley on, right? I'm going to do my research into Josh Hawley. Wonder what he's involved with. I don't trust none of these motherfuckers, man. Until they prove themselves worthy of my trust, Josh Hawley, you suspect. But he did ask some good questions, great questions, and he threw Mark Zuckerberg in the trick bag. And this is what I'll be saying about Mark Zuckerberg, man. He looks fake to me. So y'all could probably get an idea where I'm going with this. Box cleverly with your language. I said Zuckerberg looks fake to me. He doesn't look real. Oh, Jordy LaForge. I mean, Data from Next Generation looking mom. Don't he look like Data from the Star Trek The Next Generation? With curly hair and looking mom. Zuckerberg is this is what my thing is with Zuckerberg, right? Because Zuckerberg, we like the same age. Matter of fact, he's a little bit younger than me, right? Right. And this is what kills me about Zuckerberg, because Zuckerberg think people don't know who he is, right? Zuckerberg did not come up with the technology. He did not create anything about Facebook. He just was simply chosen to be the face of it. Yeah. Y'all need to go look into what they do at InQtel. Right? Now, I respect what Josh Hawley was saying. Right? Yeah, he asked very important questions. And this is my thing with Zuckerberg, man. This dude is very disrespectful, right? He's very disrespectful. But at the same time, Zuckerberg also shows us that he clearly is not in control of things at Facebook. When they put him in front of these Senate hearing committees, or when they put him in front of these people, he gets jumbled up. He doesn't know stuff that he, as the so-called CEO, should most definitely know. He stumbles over his words. Now, he could be definitely feigning ignorance, right? Which I'm pretty sure he does to a certain extent. But what I'm getting at is, if you was any type of a man who's ever been in a position to where you was running and controlling anything, you can clearly see that Mark Zuckerberg ain't running shit at Facebook. I see right through him. He's like the face. Shout out to my homeboy, big homie, David Icke. Call this dude the T-shirt wearing ass boy. I refuse to believe that Mark Zuckerberg is running anything at Facebook. Right? I know he went to MIT and all of that. Mind y'all, InQtel is one of the companies that funds MIT. InQtel is ran by the CIA. Like I say, InQtel is the CIA's joint venture capitalist firm. This is the part of the CIA that invests in business, specifically tech businesses, like Facebook. Funded by InQtel, developed by DARPA. I keep telling y'all need to watch out for DARPA, man. You hear me? The Defense Advanced Research Project Agency. And then y'all got to watch out for IARPA, the Information Advanced Research Projects Agency. Right? Zuckerberg is a damn idiot, if you ask me. And I refuse to believe he's running anything in Facebook. Let's go.
Because he sent you an email where he lined it all out.
Shout out to Josh Hawley.
Right here. My question is, who did you fire for this? Who got fired because of that?
Senator, we study all of this because it's important and we want to improve our services.
Well, you just told me a second ago you studied it, that there was no linkage. Who did you fire?
Yeah, I said you mischaracterized.
37% of teenage girls between 13 and 15 were exposed to unwanted nudity in a week on Instagram. You knew about it. Who did you fire?
Senator, this is why we're building all.
Who did you fire?
Tools. Senator, I don't think that's.
Who did you fire?
I'm not going to answer that.
You didn't fire anybody, right?
He's not going to answer that. A U.S. senator. And I think Hawley points this out too. Either Hawley or Cruz did, one of them, right? Look at the audacity of these people. Imagine a tech CEO at a Senate committee hearing is specifically asked a question regarding the nature of why he's even in front of this committee, right? A U.S. senator asked him, right, did he fire anybody behind 37%, man. That's a huge percentage, right? Were exposed to unwanted, unsearched sexual imagery, ranging from nudity to sexual suggestive content or advertisements. After allegedly putting in certain, blocks or certain firewalls or, certain restrictions so that these children wouldn't even not only not have access to it, but also wouldn't be shown it. Even after all that, 37% of the children between, I think, 13 and 16 made complaints about still seeing this type of content and imagery. And Hawley asked Zuckerberg, who did you fire? Zuckerberg told a U.S. senator, I'm not going to answer that. Imagine that. So that lets you know the power that these CEOs of these tech companies seemingly have. Right? Let's go.
Take any significant action.
It's appropriate to talk about
it's not appropriate
decisions.
Do you know who's sitting behind you?
Now peep this, man. This t-shirt wearing ass dude, Mark Zuckerberg, tells a U.S. Senator, Josh Hawley, that he doesn't think that it's important. He doesn't think that it's significant, relevant to speak on who did or didn't get fired behind this incident. And he says this as a crowd of people who has either lost their children or their children been severely damaged psychologically, physically, emotionally behind being exposed to content on goddamn Instagram, Facebook, and WhatsApp or TikTok or Twitter or Discord or Snapchat. And this dude got the audacity to say that, man. This is why I'm having this show tonight, because this is important. It lets you know that these people do not care. Also lets you know the actual power that these tech companies have have amassed. How about that? Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the prize, man. Let's go, y'all. Real shit, real stuff. We talk about real shit over here. This is what I call real talk. We talk about real shit, man. This is talking about our kids, man. Our children, listen, let me come back up for you. Children should not be exposed to social engineering or social media until they are at least 16 years old. At least. No reason a child under 16 should have a smartphone. It just doesn't make sense. It screws with their brains more so than it does ours. And it screws with our brains on crazy levels too. Let's go.
You've got families from across the nation whose children are either severely harmed or
The
gone,
audacity.
and you don't think it's appropriate to talk about steps that you took? The fact that you didn't fire a single person. Let me ask you this. Have you compensated any of the victims?
Sorry?
Have you compensated any of the victims? These girls, have you compensated them?
I don't believe so.
Why not? Don't you think they deserve some compensation for what your platform has done? Help with counseling services, help with dealing with the issues that your services cause?
Our job is to make sure that we build tools to help keep people safe.
Are you going to compensate them?
Senator, our job and what we take seriously is making sure that we build industry-leading tools to find harmful
to make money,
take it off the services,
to make money,
and to build.
Notice how this is why I don't like Zuckerberg, man. Right? This is why I call him Mark Fuckerberg, right? Specifically and especially him, right? Because Zuckerberg, aka Fuckerberg, right, is being used to bring in the metaverse, right? Facebook is going to be the platform that introduces us to the metaverse. And a lot of y'all going to go right along with it because y'all going to think it's so cool. It's just so cool. Y'all still ain't went out there and seen Ready Player One. Zuckerberg is going to introduce that to us. Watch. Right? He's already been talking about it. About 10, 11 years ago, he bought the VR company Oculus. Right? I don't like Zuckerberg just for the simple fact that he's real condescending, right? He's very condescending, and he's very what's the word I'm looking here for, man? You know, he's a prick, if you would. Notice how he never answered the question. A simple yes or no. So when it comes to guys like Zuckerberg, man, basically when you listen to him at these damn Senate committee hearings, man, he telling y'all, I don't have to really tell y'all anything. You know, I really don't have to answer any questions. You feel me? And you know, I pretty much can do what I want, you know. I can tell y'all what I want to tell y'all. I don't have to really too much tell y'all anything. And this is where I want y'all to understand that this so-called the U.S. government going at the big tech companies all of a sudden out of the blue, right? Because their platforms are harming children, as if the U.S. government did not know this before they allowed this to go down. Because once again, like I told y'all, the technology that all of these so-called tech companies are using, so-called innovating, was developed by the government. Right? You got to do your due diligence. Right? Yeah, that's what we remind you of, man. A straight Android looking one. He looked like one too. Like I said, I don't think he's real. I really don't. Right? Let's go, y'all. Let's listen.
Tools that empower parents.
So you didn't take any action. You didn't take any action. You didn't fire anybody. You haven't compensated a single victim. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. There's families of victims here today. Have you apologized to the victims? Would you like to do so now? Well, they're here. You're on national television. Would you like now to apologize to the victims who have been harmed by your product? Show them the pictures. Would you like to apologize for what you've done to these good people?
I'm sorry for everything that you have all gone through. It's terrible. No one should have to go through the things that your families have suffered. And this is why we invest so much and are going to continue doing industry-leading efforts to make sure that no one has to go through the types of things that your families have had to suffer.
You know, why, Mr.
Oh, weak ass apology, man. Y'all hear that, man? Y'all hear that old weak ass apology, man? Y'all hear that? These people done lost their children. These children done off themselves, man. And you can't even give a definitive answer if you're going to compensate them. And you have to get brought to a Senate committee hearing just to give a fake, half dry ass, not really giving a fuck ass apology. And that's all because Hawley pressed you to do it. If he didn't say nothing about it, you wouldn't have did it. It's crazy, man. Let's go.
Why should your company not be sued for this? Why is it that you can claim, you hide behind a liability shield, you can't be held accountable? Shouldn't you be held accountable personally? Will you take personal responsibility?
Senator, I think I've already answered this. I mean,
We'll try this again. Will you take personal responsibility?
Senator, I view my job and the job of our company as building the best tools that we can to keep our community safe.
Well, you're failing at that.
Well, Senator, we're doing an industry-leading effort. We build AI tools
nonsense. Your product is killing people. Will you personally commit to compensating the victims? You're a billionaire. Will you commit to compensating the victims? Will you set up a compensation fund with your money?
I think these are
with your money.
Senator,
Holly ain't no hoe, is he, man?
That's not a complicated question, though. That's Senator, a yes or no. Will you set up a victims compensation fund with your money, the money you made on these families sitting behind you? Yes or no?
Senator, I don't think that's my job. Is
sounds like a no.
Good tool. My
sounds
job
like a no. Your job is to be responsible for what your company has done. You've made billions of dollars on the people sitting behind them. You here? You've done nothing to help them. You've done nothing to compensate them. You've done nothing to put it right. You could do so here today, and you should. You should, Mr. Zuckerberg.
Holly, no homo. Ripped Zuckerberg a new one, didn't he? Hawley's a senator out of Missouri, man. All right. They was getting at him, man. Right? They was getting at Zuckerberg, man. Right? Even Ted Cruz got in on it. That nigga tore Mark Zuckerberg up.
What was particularly concerning about the Wall Street Journal expose was the degree to which Instagram's own algorithm was promoting the discoverability of victims for pedophiles seeking child abuse material. In other words, this material wasn't just living on the dark corners of Instagram. Instagram was helping pedophiles find it by promoting graphic hashtags, including hashtag pedwhore and hashtag preteen sex to potential buyers. Instagram also displayed the following warning screen to individuals who were searching for child abuse material. These results may contain images of child sexual abuse. And then you gave users two choices. Get resources or see results anyway. Mr. Zuckerberg, what the hell were you thinking?
All right, Senator. The basic science behind that is that when people are searching for...
Now let me set the tone for y'all, right? Let me tell y'all what's going on right now. Now, I don't know this because I don't really mess with Instagram like this, but this is crazy. I guess on Instagram, if you're underage and you're looking for certain content, right? I guess if something comes up to where if for children to avoid children from seeing the content, it gives them the choice when it's something come up. It said, "With these results may contain images of child sexual abuse," and it gives the person an option to. It gives the person the option to either. Hold on, what does it say? Hold on, let me let Ted Cruz tell y'all. Hold on.
Contain images of child sexual for pedophiles seeking child abuse material.
Let me let Ted Cruz
Concerning
tell
about the
y'all.
Wall Street Journal expose was the degree to which Instagram's own algorithm was promoting the discoverability of victims for pedophiles seeking child abuse material. In other words, this material wasn't just living on the dark corners of Instagram. Instagram was helping pedophiles find it by promoting graphic hashtags, including hashtag pedwhore and hashtag preteen sex.
Wow.
To potential buyers.
Really?
Instagram also displayed.
So are we to think, or are we to believe that Zuckerberg didn't know about this? Really? You the CEO, man. Let's go.
Following warning screen to individuals who were searching for child abuse material. These results may contain images of child sexual abuse. And then you gave users two choices. Get resources or see results anyway.
Huh? The two choices, you can either get the resources or see what it is anyway. Right? Tap in, man.
Mr. Zuckerberg, what the hell were you thinking?
All right, Senator. The basic science behind that is that when people are searching for something that is problematic, it's often helpful to, rather than just blocking it, to help direct them towards something that that could be helpful for getting them to get help.
In what? I understand get resources in.
Now listen to that, man. Right? So this is supposed to be a security measure for people who are underage. And instead of just saying or prevent underage people from even seeing this content, it gives you two choices. Right? Check the resources or just see the content anyway. So if the kid wanted to, let's just say the kid picked check resources, what it means is it would not show them the content, but it will give them resources that will send them to similar content like what is not being shown. So either way, your child potentially has is potentially going to be exposed or has easy access or not very difficult access to being exposed or seeing sexual abuse type imagery and content on Instagram. And Cruz is grilling Zuckerberg about, like, he said, what the hell are you thinking, man? Kids can access this stuff, man. What are you doing giving them two options as an option? Right? Now, think about this, y'all.
Sane universe, is there a link for see results anyway?
Well, because we might be wrong. We try to trigger this warning, or we tried to, when we think that there's any chance that the results.
Okay, you might be wrong. Let me ask you, how many times was this warning screen displayed?
I don't know, but
you don't know. Why don't you know?
I don't know the answer to that off the top of my head. But
you know what, Mr. Zuckerberg? It's interesting you say you don't know it off the top of your head, because I asked it in June of 2023 in an oversight letter, and your company refused to answer. Will you commit right now to within 5 days answering this question for this committee?
We'll follow up on that.
Is that a yes? Not a will follow up. I know how lawyers write statements saying we're not going to answer. Will you tell us how many times this warning screen was displayed? Yes or no?
Senator, I'll personally look into it. I'm not sure if we have.
Okay, so you're.
See, this is what I be saying about Zuckerberg. He did not say, yes, we'll look into it. He didn't say, no, we won't. He's just not answering the question. Basically saying, no, we're not going to. All right? Imagine Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO and so-called founder of Facebook. He does not know how many times this screen pops up when it comes to this type of content being potentially accessible to a lot of all people on the network, but specifically and especially minors. The very fact that the CEO of the company does not know that, or does not even want to acknowledge or answer that, is suspect. I'm looking at you crazy as the CEO of the biggest social media network on planet Earth. You know, one of the biggest, I should say, if not the biggest. You mean you don't know these numbers? You can't call anybody? And even if you don't, okay, 5 days, you can't commit to within 5 days having us this number. You see how hard it is for him to just say yes or no? That's suspect right there, y'all, man. Now, don't get too caught up on this, because once again, you have to remind yourself, you have to keep in mind, y'all, that the reason why Zuckerberg even has this tech is because he got it from them. It's all a movie. Y'all have to understand that. But it's a good one, right? So we're going to see how it play out. Let's go.
Choosing to answer that, let me ask you this. How many times did an Instagram user who got this warning that you're seeing images of child sexual abuse, how many times did that user click on see results anyway? I want to see that.
Senator, I'm not sure if we stored that, but I'll personally look into this and we'll follow up after.
And what?
Okay, so imagine that, y'all. Lies, lies, and lies. This is why I have no respect for these people. This is why I talk crazy about them. Are we to believe that Facebook doesn't archive such analytical data? Are you serious? You mean do you really think? Put a number 11 in the chat, y'all. Put a number 11 in the chat if y'all think that Facebook doesn't keep archives of this analytical data. How many people clicked see content anyway? You really think they don't keep track of that stuff? They don't have that information archived on some server somewhere, really. They don't have some unintelligent artificial intelligence algorithms tracking and tracing that. Do y'all really believe that? Put a number 11 in the chat if you do. Or my fault if you don't. Put a number 11 in the chat if you do not believe that. And this is what I be saying, man. This dude Zuckerberg, man. You know, you can sit up there and tell that he is not in charge at Facebook. He does not run things at Facebook. I don't believe it. Let's go.
Follow-up did Instagram do when you have a potential pedophile clicking on, I'd like to see child porn? What did you do next when that happened?
Senator, I think that an important piece of context here is that any context that we think is child sexual
Mr. Zuckerberg,
abuse,
that's called a question. What did you do next when someone clicked, you may be getting child sexual abuse images and they click see results anyway. What was your next step? You said you might be wrong. Did anyone examine, was it in fact child sexual abuse material? Did anyone report that user? Did anyone go and try to protect that?
Yes, 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 and yes. You have to be a damn fool if you don't know. I ain't gonna say no because you know, a lot of y'all probably don't know nothing about this type of technology, but you have to be a damn fool to think that a big, huge, multi-billion-dollar company, multinational company like Facebook does not keep archive records of such things. You would have to be a dumbass to think that. This is what these people do. They collect information and data. Facebook, yes, all types of it. Biometrical data. All type of data. You honestly think that Zuckerberg, who is a dumbass to some degree, but he ain't a complete total idiot, right? You think Zuckerberg is not privy to this? Of course they keep archives of this stuff. They know exactly how many people wanted to see that type of content anyway. They know exactly who these people are. Anybody who clicks see content anyway on a warning, a warning basically telling you that this content that you are trying to look at may potentially have or does in fact have child pornography or child abuse stuff in it. Anybody who says wants to see it anyway should instantly be prosecuted. Because who the hell wants to see that type of content? Zuckerberg refused to tell Cruz, right? He refused to tell him. Let's go.
What did you do next?
Senator, we take down anything that we think is sexual abuse material on the service, and we do.
Did anyone verify whether it was in fact child sexual abuse material?
Senator, I don't know if every single search result we're following up on, but
did you report the people who wanted it?
Senator, do you want me to answer your question?
Yeah, I want you to answer the.
He said, I don't know if everything is followed up on. Lies, lies, and lies. This is what I'm saying about this dude, Zuckerberg, man. They track and trace everything, y'all. They know every single thing we are doing on their platforms. You ever post something on Facebook and they see your warning like this post may be or what? This may be offensive content. You could possibly potentially be blocked or whatever they might tell you. Yeah, man. So don't sit up there and tell us that you don't know, my nigga. It's disrespectful and an insult to our intelligence for you to get up here and feign ignorance like you don't know this information. Very disrespectful. Let's go.
But I'm asking, did you report the people who click see results anyway?
That's probably one of the factors that we use in reporting. And in general, we've reported more people and done more reports like this to NCMEC, the National Center of Missing and Exploited Children, than any other company in the industry. We proactively go out of our way across our services to do this and have made, I think it's more than 26 million reports, which is more than the whole rest of the industry combined. So,
Mr. Zuckerberg, your company and every social media company needs to do much more to protect children.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about break.
Right. Now we got the CEO of TikTok. Right. Right. They grilled his ass too. Right? They tore his ass up too, man. Y'all better pay attention to this stuff, man. This is important stuff, man.
I want to turn to you. You're familiar with China's 2017 National Intelligence Law, which states, quote, all organizations and citizens shall support, assist, and cooperate with national intelligence efforts in accordance with the law and shall protect national intelligence work secrets they are aware of.
Yes, I'm familiar with this.
TikTok is owned by ByteDance. Is ByteDance subject to the law?
For the Chinese businesses that ByteDance owns, yes, it will be subject to this, but TikTok is not available in mainland China. And Senator, as we talked about in your office, we built Project Texas to put this out of reach.
So ByteDance is subject to the law. Now, under this law, which says shall protect national intelligence work secrets they are aware of, it compels people subject to the law to lie to protect those secrets. Is that correct?
I cannot comment on that. What I said again is that we have
because you have to protect those secrets.
No, Senator, TikTok is not available in mainland China. We have moved the data into an American cloud
TikTok is controlled by ByteDance, which is subject to this law. Now, you said earlier, and I wrote this down, we have not been asked for any data by the Chinese government, and we have never provided it. I'm going to tell you, and I told this when you and I met last week in my office, I do not believe you. And I'll tell you, the American people don't either. If you look at what is on TikTok in China, you are promoting to kids science and math videos, educational videos, and you limit the amount of time kids can be on TikTok. In the United States, you are promoting to kids self-harm videos, and anti-Israel propaganda. Why is there such a dramatic difference?
Senator, that is just not accurate. There's
not a difference between what kids see in China and what kids see here?
Senator, TikTok is not available in China. It's a separate experience there. What I'm saying is...
you have a company that is essentially the same, except it promotes beneficial materials instead of harmful materials.
That is not true. We have a lot of science and math content here on TikTok. There's so much of it. The STEM feed for
okay, let me point to this, Mr. Chu. There was a report recently that compared hashtags on Instagram to hashtags on TikTok, and what trended, and the differences were striking. So, for something like hashtag Taylor Swift or hashtag Trump, researchers found roughly 2 Instagram posts for every 1 on TikTok. That's not a dramatic difference. That difference jumps to 8 to 1 for the hashtag Uyghur. And it jumps to 30 to 1 for the hashtag Tibet. And it jumps to 57 to 1 to the hashtag Tiananmen Square. And it jumps to 174 to 1 for the hashtag Hong Kong protest. Why is it that on Instagram, people can put up a hashtag Hong Kong protest 174 times compared to TikTok? What censorship is TikTok doing at the request of the Chinese government?
None. Senator, that analysis is
explain that
flawed.
differential.
The analysis is flawed. It's been debunked by other external sources like the Cato Institute. Fundamentally, a few things happen here. Not all videos carry hashtags. That's the first thing. The second thing is that you cannot selectively choose a few words within a certain time
Why the
period.
difference between Taylor Swift and Tiananmen Square? What happened at Tiananmen Square?
Senator, there was a massive protest during that time. But what I'm trying to say is our users can freely come and post this
Why would there be no difference on Taylor Swift, or a minimal difference, and a massive difference on Tiananmen Square or Hong Kong?
Senator, could you wrap up, please?
Senator, our algorithm does not suppress any content simply.
Yeah, man, Cruz. It just be funny seeing these dudes sit up here trying to grill these people when they've been letting them do it for like the past 20 years. Like the past 15 years, they're just letting these people just run rampant. As if the U.S. government doesn't know the effects of this stuff on society. You know? Now, the parent company of TikTok, right? This is very interesting. ByteDance. TikTok was incorporated in the Cayman Islands and is based both in Singapore and Los Angeles. Its parent company, Beijing-based ByteDance, is owned by founders and Chinese investors, other global investors 60%, and employs 20%. Other global investors 60%. I wonder who those 60% is. 85.2 billion. Right? 150,000 employees worldwide. Right? ByteDance is a Chinese company that is involved with promoting the Chinese government's socialist, damn near communistic ideologies. Right? So, what does that say about TikTok? Right? Let's go.
Shu, I think your company is unique among the ones represented here today because of its ownership by ByteDance, a Chinese company. And I know there have been some steps that you've taken to wall off the data collected here in the United States. But the fact of the matter is that under Chinese law and Chinese national intelligence laws, all information accumulated by companies in the People's Republic of China are required to be shared with the Chinese intelligence services.
Oh, it's the same over here. Huh? Zuckerberg, Brin Page, Wachowski, all the big tech companies have contracts with all the alphabet agencies, all of them. See, it's not the U.S. government that's tapping your phone. The FBI isn't tapping your phone. No. The carrier's tapping your phone. They got contracts with the FBI, the CIA, the DEA, the NSA, huh? To give this information to you because they don't keep that information. That's not what they specify in. Right? Let's get back to ByteDance. Let's go.
ByteDance, the initial release of TikTok, I understand, was 2016. These efforts that you made with Oracle under the so-called Project Texas to wall off the U.S. data was in 2021 and apparently allegedly fully walled off in March of 23. What happened to all of the data that TikTok collected before that?
Senator, thank you.
From American users.
Understand. TikTok is owned by ByteDance, which is majority owned by global investors, and we have 3 Americans on the board out of 5. You are right in pointing out that over the last 3 years, we have spent billions of dollars building out Project Texas, which is a plan that is unprecedented in our industry to firewall off protected U.S. data from the rest of our staff.
And I'm asking about all of the data that you collected prior to that event.
Yes, Senator. We have started the data deletion plan. I talked about this a year ago. We have finished the first phase of data deletion through our data centers outside of the Oracle Cloud infrastructure. And we're beginning phase 2, where we will not only delete from the data centers, we will hire a third party to verify that work. And then we will go into, for example, employees' working laptops to delete that as well.
Was all of the data collected by TikTok prior to Project Texas shared with the Chinese government pursuant to the national intelligence laws of that country?
Senator, we have not been asked for any data by the Chinese government, and we have never provided it.
Yeah. So let me just put this in perspective for y'all. So TikTok, owned by ByteDance. Are we really to believe that they don't provide information to their parent company, or that the parent company has access to the information and can access it and then give that information to the Chinese government when ByteDance is actually a contract employee of the Chinese government? Come on, man. It's that. I'm saying it's that Pythagorean theorem. It's A squared plus B squared is C squared, man. Come on, man. And don't make no mistake about it, y'all. They do the same thing over here, man. Right? They do the same thing over here, man. Right? Zuckerberg sitting up there looking silly as hell. All right?
Mr. Zuckerberg. Before my time expires, Mr. Chu, let me just ask you, your platform, why should your platform not be banned in the United States of America? You are owned by a Chinese communist company, or a company based in China. The editor-in-chief of your parent company is a Communist Party secretary. Your company has been surveilling Americans for years. According to leaked audio from more than 80 internal TikTok meetings, China-based employees of your company have repeatedly accessed non-public data of United States citizens. Your company has tracked journalists improperly gaining access to their IP addresses, user data, in an attempt to identify whether they're writing negative stories about you. Why should your platform is basically an espionage arm for the Chinese Communist Party? Why should you not be banned in the United States of America?
Senator, I disagree with your characterization. Many of what you have said, we have explained in a lot of detail. TikTok is used by 170 million Americans.
I know, and every single one of those Americans are in danger from the fact that you track their keystrokes, you track their app usage, you track their location data, and we know that all of that information can be accessed by Chinese employees who are subject to the dictates of the Chinese Communist Party. Why should you not be banned in this country?
Senator, that is not accurate. A lot of what you described we collect, we don't.
It is 100% accurate. Do you deny that repeatedly Americans' data has been accessed by ByteDance employees in China?
We built a project that cost us billions of dollars to stop that, and we have made a lot of progress.
And it hasn't been stopped. According to the Wall Street Journal report from just yesterday, even now, ByteDance workers, without going through official channels, have access to the private information of American citizens. I'm quoting from the article, private information of American citizens, including their birth date, their IP address, and more. That's now.
That's crazy. That is crazy. Now, that's crazy. Right? So when you on TikTok and you thinking using TikTok, ByteDance is also having access to that information, which means they have access to you. Exactly, OG. Right? That is part of the deal. We're going to seed fund your little tech company, TikTok, But oh, you can best believe whatever information you gather, oh, you're going to give us some of that information. So we are in the information age. Information is very valuable and worth a lot of money. And TikTok is collecting a lot of data on us. Over 170 million Americans, more than half our population, is on TikTok. Your biometric information, your personal information, your credit card information is all accessible by this parent company called ByteDance. Via their subsidiary TikTok. Now, you see it said 60% of the stockholders in ByteDance are international. How much y'all want to bet if I look into ByteDance? How much y'all want to bet BlackRock owns this company? Or has stock in it? Tap in, walk with us, man.
Senator, as we know, the media doesn't always get it right. What we have.
But the Chinese Communist Party does.
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that we've spent billions of dollars to build this project. It's rigorous, it's robust, it's unprecedented, and I'm proud of the work that the 2,000 employees are doing to protect the data.
But it's not protected. That's the problem, Mr. Chu. It's not protected at all. It's subject to Communist Chinese Party inspection and review. Your app, unlike anybody else sitting here, and heaven knows I've got problems with everybody here, but your app, unlike any of those, is subject to the control and inspection of a foreign hostile government that has actively trying to track the information of whereabouts of every American that they get their hands on. Your app ought to be banned in the United States of America for the security of this country.
I've been saying that. Shout out to Josh Hawley, man. TikTok should be banned. I ain't the only person that been saying that, man. TikTok is horrible. TikTok is terrible. If I was to do an etymological breakdown on TikTok, it'll blow y'all's mind, man. Right? TikTok should be banned. Not just because it's basically a conduit, for information via the Communist Party. Not only because of that, but because what it's doing to the minds of specifically children. TikTok is regressing, severely regressing all of us to the thought process and childlike mindset of an adolescence or even younger. I want y'all to understand that. What I just said. TikTok is regressing us. Right? They tore their asses up though, man. A little bit. Give you a little bread and circuses show. You know? I'm gonna drop the link, man. Y'all can come up here and speak on this, man. Maybe some of y'all might be hit to this, maybe some of y'all not, man. You know? This is very important right here, man. I want y'all to understand that this is important, man. You know, it started out being about the children, but it ended up being about China. Right? Peep that game right there. Peep that demo. You know? So, and this is what I'll be saying, y'all. So now we're supposed to be good gung-ho for these people, like as if they didn't know what was going on at these tech companies, as if Ted Cruz don't know, as if they don't know. Like we don't, like, come on, man. You think the U.S. government doesn't know the effects of social engineering on society? Especially, specifically, the kids. You have to be out of your mind, man, to think that the gut, man, and like I said, they're the ones that created the technology. Zuckerberg didn't create the technology for Facebook. The CEO of TikTok didn't create the tech for TikTok, and so forth and so on. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. How many of y'all heard about this? Put a number 11 in the chat if you heard about this Senate committee hearing on the social engineering social media companies. Right? Let's go.
Mr. Show, I'd like to direct your attention to the screen for a short video, if you don't mind.
Josephine was good.
Mr. Show, that video was posted 41 days ago. As you can see, it is captioned me as F. At the House Energy and Commerce Committee on March 23rd of this year. This video was posted before this hearing was publicly noticed. I think that's a very interesting point to raise. But more concerning is the fact that it names this chairwoman by name. Your own community guidelines state that you have a firm stance against enabling violence on or off TikTok. We do not allow people to use our platform to threaten or incite violence or to promote violent extremist organizations, individuals, or acts. When there is a threat to public safety or an account is used to promote or glorify off-platform violence, we ban the account. This video has been up for 41 days. It is a direct threat to the chairwoman of this committee, the people in this room, and yet it still remains on the platform. And you expect us to believe that you are capable of maintaining the data security, privacy, and security of 150 million Americans where you can't even protect the people in this room? I think that is a blatant display of how vulnerable people who use TikTok are. You couldn't take action after 41 days when a clear threat, a very violent threat to the chairwoman of this committee and the members of this committee was posted on your platform. You damn well know that you cannot protect the data and security of this committee or the 150 million users of your app because it is an extension of the CCP. And with that, I yield back.
Can I?
Amen. Thank you, Senator Rono. Senator Cott.
Mr. Chu, let's cut straight to the chase. Is TikTok under the influence of the Chinese Communist Party?
No, Senator, we are a private business.
Okay, so you can see that your parent, ByteDance, is subject to the 2017 National Security Law, which requires Chinese companies to turn over information to the Chinese government and conceal it from the rest of the world. You concede that, correct?
Senator, the Chinese
no question. You conceded it early.
Any company that does, any global businesses does business in China has to follow their local laws.
Isn't it the case that ByteDance also has an internal Chinese Communist Party committee?
Like I said, all businesses that operate in China have to follow their local law.
So your parent company is subject to the national security law that requires it to answer the party. It has its own internal Chinese Communist Party committee. You answer to that parent company, but you expect
us to believe that you're not giving access to this information on American citizens. Come on, man. This is disrespectful right here, man, on so many levels.
To believe that you're not under the influence of the Chinese Communist Party?
I understand this concern, Senator, which is why we built
Okay,
Project Texas.
It was a yes or no question. Okay. But you used to work for ByteDance, didn't you? You were the CFO for ByteDance?
That is correct, Senator.
In April 2020.
So this Chu dude, who's the CEO of TikTok, he was on the chairboard at ByteDance. Come on, y'all. That's what I'm saying, man. This is an insult to our intelligence, and we should damn sure not go for it. TikTok is definitely changing or exchanging information on us with the Chinese Communist government. Yes, they are. Xi Jinping knows everything about every single one of you 170 million Americans that's on TikTok. Yes. Start thinking about that, man. Crazy.
And while you were the CFO, the Chinese Communist Party's China Internet Investment Fund purchased a 1% stake in ByteDance's main Chinese subsidiary, the ByteDance Technology Company. In return for that so-called 1% golden share, the party took one of 3 board seats at that subsidiary company.
It's for the Chinese sisters, yes.
That deal was finalized on April 30th, 2021. Isn't it true that you were appointed the CEO of TikTok the very next day on May 1, 2021?
Well, it's a coincidence.
It's a coincidence that you were the CFO, that the Chinese Communist Party took its golden share in its board seat, and the very next day you were appointed the CEO of TikTok. That's a hell of a coincidence.
It really
is.
That's
a hell of a coincidence. You hear this, dude?
Yes.
Now, when I was watching this yesterday, man, I said, no, this dude didn't have the audacity to sit up in front of a U.S. Senate committee and say that his connection, correlation with ByteDance, him used to be on the chairboard at ByteDance, now the current CEO of TikTok, which is a subsidiary of ByteDance. He really going to expect us to believe that these people didn't have access to this information? It's a slap in the face, man.
Okay. And before ByteDance through that you were appointed the CEO of TikTok the very next day on May 1, 2021?
Well, it's a coincidence.
It's a coincidence.
So it's a coincidence. It's a coincidence, man. Out of the blue, this guy goes from being on the chairboard at ByteDance to being the CEO of TikTok, which is owned by ByteDance. Like, come on, man. That's crazy.
You were the CFO, that the Chinese Communist Party took its golden share in its board seat, and the very next day you were appointed the CEO of TikTok. That's a hell of a coincidence.
It really is, Senator.
Yeah, it is. Okay. And before ByteDance,
the
you were
audacity.
at a Chinese company called Xiaomi. Is that correct?
Yes, I used to work around the world.
Where did you live when you worked at Xiaomi?
I lived in China. Like many expats.
Where exactly?
In Beijing, in China.
How many years did you live in Beijing?
Senator, I worked there for about 5 years.
So you lived there for 5 years?
Yes.
Is it the case that Xiaomi was sanctioned by the United States government in 2021 for being a communist Chinese military company?
I'm here to talk about TikTok. I think they then had a lawsuit and it was overturned. I can't remember the details. It's another company.
The Biden administration that reversed those sanctions, just like, by the way, they reversed the terrorist designation on the Houthis in Yemen. How's that working out for them? But it was sanctioned as a Chinese communist military company. So you said today, as you often say, that you live in Singapore. Of what nation are you a citizen?
Singapore.
Are you a citizen of any other nation?
No, Senator.
Have you ever applied for Chinese citizenship?
Senator, I served my nation in Singapore. No, I did not.
Do you have a Singaporean passport?
Yes, and I served my military for two and a half years in Singapore.
Do you have any other passports from any other nation?
No, Senator.
Your wife is an American citizen. Your children are American citizens.
That's correct.
Have you ever applied for American citizenship?
No, not yet.
Okay. Have you ever been a member of the Chinese Communist Party?
Senator, I'm Singaporean. No.
Have you ever been associated or affiliated with the Chinese Communist Party?
No, Senator. Again, I'm Singaporean.
Let me ask you some hopefully simple questions. You said earlier, in response to your question, that what happened at
this dude Tom Cotton is funny as hell, man.
Square in June of 1989 was a massive protest. Did anything else happen in Tiananmen Square?
Yes, I think it's well documented. There was a massacre.
There was an indiscriminate slaughter of hundreds or thousands of Chinese citizens. Do you agree with the Trump administration and the Biden administration that the Chinese government is committing genocide against the Uyghur people?
Senator, I've said this before. I think it's really important that anyone who cares about this topic or any topic can freely express themselves on TikTok.
It's a very simple question that unites both parties in our country and governments around the world. Is the Chinese government committing genocide against the Uyghur people?
Senator, anyone, including, you can come into TikTok and talk about this topic.
I'm asking you,
or any topic.
You are a worldly, cosmopolitan, well-educated man who's expressed many opinions on many topics. Is the Chinese government committing genocide against the Uyghur people?
Actually, Senator, I talk mainly about my company, and I'm here to talk about what TikTok does.
Yes or no? You're here to give testimony that's truthful and honest and complete. Let me ask you this. Joe Biden last year said that Xi Jinping was a dictator. Do you agree with Joe Biden? Is Xi Jinping a dictator?
Senator, I'm not going to comment on any world leaders.
See, they get this started off as being about the kids, being about protecting our children from having access to unsavory imagery and content by way of these people's platforms: Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, TikTok, Discord. Right? Snapchat, Instagram, and goddamn it, what's the other one? Yeah, Discord, TikTok, Instagram. Yeah. I got them all. Right. Now it's all about China and Russia and communists and having access to American information, and it ain't even about the kids no more. Let's go.
Why won't you answer these very simple questions?
Senator, it's not appropriate for me as a businessman to comment on world leaders.
Are you scared that you'll lose your job if you say anything negative about the Chinese Communist Party?
I disagree that. You will find content that is critical of China on our platform.
The next time you go on, are you scared that you'll be arrested and disappear the next time you go to mainland China?
Senator, you will find content that's critical of China and any other country freely on TikTok.
Okay. Let's turn to what TikTok, a tool of the Chinese Communist Party, is doing to America's youth. Does the name Mason Edens ring a bell?
Senator, you may have to give me more specifics if you don't mind.
Yeah, he was a 16-year-old Arkansan. After a breakup in 2022, he went on your platform and searched for things like inspirational quotes and positive affirmations. Instead, he was served up numerous videos glamorizing suicide until he killed himself by gun. What about the name Chase Nazca? Does that ring a bell?
Would you mind giving me more details, please?
He was a 16-year-old who saw more than 1,000 videos on your platform about violence and suicide until he took his own life by stepping in front of a plane or train. Are you aware that his parents, Dean and Michelle, are suing TikTok and ByteDance for pushing their son to take his own life?
Dang.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
Okay. Finally, Mr. Chu.
That's crazy.
Has the Federal Trade Commission sued TikTok during the Biden administration?
Senator, I cannot talk about whether there's any
Are you currently being sued by the Federal Trade Commission?
Senator, I cannot talk about any potential lawsuits.
I didn't say potential, actual. Are you being sued by the Federal Trade Commission?
Senator, I think I've given you my answer. I cannot talk about.
No. Ms. Yacarino's company is being sued, I believe. Mr. Zuckerberg's company is being sued, I believe. Yet TikTok, the agent of the Chinese Communist Party, is not being sued by the Biden administration. Are you familiar with the name Christina Kafara?
You may have to give me more details.
Christina Kafara was a paid advisor to ByteDance, your communist-influenced parent company. She was then hired by the Biden FTC to advise on how to sue Mr. Zuckerberg's company.
Senator, ByteDance
Public
is a global
reports-
company and
public-
not a Chinese communist
public re-
company.
public reports
It's owned by global
indicate-
investors.
Public reports indicate that your lobbyist visited the White House more than 40 times in 2022. How many times did your company's lobbyist visit the White House last year?
I don't know that, Senator.
Are you aware that the Biden campaign and the Democratic National Committee is on your platform? They have TikTok accounts.
Senator, we encourage people to come on.
Which,
to
by
create
the way,
organic
they
and
won't
authentic
let
content.
they won't let their staffers use their personal phones. They give them separate phones that they only use TikTok on.
We encourage everyone to join, including yourself,
so,
Senator.
so all these companies are being sued by the FTC. You're not. The FTC has a former paid advisor, your parent, talking about how they can sue Mr. Zuckerberg's company. Joe Biden's reelection campaign, the Democratic National Committee, is on your platform. Let me ask you, have you or anyone else at TikTok communicated with or coordinated with the Biden administration, the Biden campaign, or the Democratic National Committee to influence the flow of information on your platform?
We work with any creators who want to use our campaign. It's all the same process that
Okay,
we have.
so what we have here, we have a company that's a tool of the Chinese Communist Party that is poisoning the minds of America's children, in some cases driving them to suicide, and that at best the Biden administration is taking a pass on, at worst maybe in collaboration with. Thank you, Mr. Chu.
Right. And there you have it. I've been telling y'all, man, that the smart grid is here, man. And these people do not care about us. They don't care about our children. They know good and damn hell well what this technology is doing to our children. They know that this is going to be the result. And this is why I say this is why it's on us as parents to put our foot down, man, and be more vigilant. This technology should not be accessible by people or children under the age of 16. And even when they get to being 16, 17, 18, they need to be, monitored on how they interact with it. And y'all know where this is all leading to, though. The smart grid is here. Right? How are they going to be able to really tell if you are of age when accessing content or trying to pay for something or whatever it may be online? How are they going to be able to tell that you are in fact legal, not a minor, an adult? How are they going to be able to do that? You see how easy it is just to say, oh yeah, I'm grown. You see how easy it is just to pick, show me content anyway. So my question to y'all is, how are they going to make sure, right, that people are who they say they are in the metaverse? Think about that. This is where this is going, y'all. It's coming offline, right? And it's going to be fully submersive, just like Ready Player One, where you can be whoever you want to be. Right? And all of this stuff that we seeing now is the catalyst. Of course, they're going to use the children as bait. They don't care about the children. Look what they've allowed the children to have access for the past going on 20 years down there, man. This technology, knowing damn well what it does to people, specifically children. You think they don't know? They want the kids to be programmed idiots, robots. Right? Well, since ain't nobody going to hit the link, we're going to go ahead and end the show tonight, y'all. Talking about to keep these shows under 2 hours, you did. There ain't no need to stress this one out anyway, man. I done said all I had to say. It is what it is. I've been telling y'all about this stuff. They're coming for our children in more ways than one. And it's up to us as parents to be vigilant and inform ourselves on stuff like this. Pay attention to stuff like this, man. Appreciate everybody coming out tonight, man. You know, y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but y'all right here with your brother and your brother. You know what I'm talking about? I appreciate that. You did. I'm going to do some research into this company, ByteDance. I got a feeling BlackRock is involved. Vanguard is involved. I just got a feeling. You know? We're going to look into ByteDance and see what else they involved with, who they involved with. Appreciate everybody coming out, man. Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page, share it on your social engineering. You did. Smash that like button, man. Right? It's crazy, man. Absolutely insane. And it's crazy that they just use our children, like, you know, like I said, we should, at the end of the day, we should just realize and know that we are expendable. Y'all have a good night, man. I got my man Glitch the Guarantee on the track with me.
Glitch the Guarantee.
Yeah. And we bringing this message to you fake woke niggas.
Gotta wake these niggas up, man.
All y'all out there spreading them lies and falling victim to this propaganda.
Niggas believe in
it. Hey, Glitch. Let's talk to these niggas. Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily, so I dance around them like my name was Alvin Ailey. Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily.
Alarm clock to the woke, time to wake them up.
Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily, so I dance around them like my name was Alvin Ailey. Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily.
Alarm clock to the woke, time to wake them up.
I gotta set the alarm, wake you up from your slumber. Wake them up, Floyd and Harry, fake woke niggas, y'all dumbass niggas. Drop jewels, but people don't pay any attention. Let's be immediately, we the wake them up henchmen.
A lot of times these woke niggas be really sleep. Shit, the price on a nigga's life is extra real cheap. Only the real for my niggas, we all elite. We made a living eating these rappers, nigga, bon appetit. Yeah.
Pause. Me and my brethren be down for the cause. We gotta come together and tear down all these walls and illusory fault lines like racism and bring light to the woke, just like a baptism.
The congregation spoke. These niggas ain't who they claim to be. A bunch of Peter pop-off niggas really be lames to me. Anytime you at war, it's gonna be casualties. The more we come together, it's easy to beat the enemies.
Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily, so I dance around them like my name was Alvin Ailey. Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily.
Alarm clock, wake them up, time to wake them up.
Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily, so I dance around them like my name was Alvin Ailey. Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily.
Alarm clock, wake them up, time to wake them up. Alarm clock to the woke, time to wake them up. The main initiative should be to get your cake up. You wave riding niggas need life jackets to stay afloat. Meanwhile, I'm blowing on gas straight from the Ivory Coast.
And every post I be hitting y'all with them straight facts. The smart grid is now here. We gotta face that. While they coming with microchips and vaccinations, fake woke niggas perpetuating indoctrination.
Fuck this pandemic. This was the damn gimmick. Niggas will believe that they mom died if she still living. Open your eyes, nigga. You can see the lies, nigga. We gotta stop letting the blind lead the blind, nigga.
And that's the biggest fact, Glitch. You better tell these niggas this Agenda 2030. It's gonna be hell, niggas. Fuck AOC and her new green deal. I'm Neo in this bitch. Who want they red pill?